So now that you know about food allergens, let's talk about laboratory assessment of food allergens. Allergenic food proteins are stable to thermal processing, such as cooking methods, as well as gastric and intestinal digestion, a feature common to most food allergens. The Center for Food Safety and Applied Nutrition within the U.S. Food and Drug Administration routinely conducts risk assessment of food allergens found within the U.S. food chain, either from genetically modified or engineered agricultural products, imports, and manufactured foods. The initial phase of risk assessment methods involve the grinding and chopping of the selected food items, extraction and evaluation of food proteins subjected to simulated gastric and intestinal digestion, upon which undigested food proteins react with human antibodies from food allergic patients. Selected foods are identified as either posing no risk to high risk. After initial risk assessment screening, self-identified sensitized patients are given skin prick tests to determine actual responses to potential allergenic food proteins. Food proteins are categorized as medium risk with positive skin prick responses and high risk with immunological responses with oral challenge. This challenge involves consumption of the identified food in the presence of clinicians to closely monitor immunological responses. Once selected food items have been identified as high risk by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, information is gathered regarding these selected food proteins based on clinical and research findings from clinicians and other federal governing agencies, such as the National Institutes of Allergy and Infectious Disease, ARS, within the umbrella of USDA, to formulate regulatory guidance to food manufacturers. Food manufacturers are given regulatory guidance for a specific time frame and given the opportunity to mitigate manufacturing protocols. After this time frame, regulatory guidance leads to legal enforcement passed by Congress. Thank you for listening. In my other podcasts, I speak on import food safety, GMOs, and allergenic food proteins.